Is glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, Dawar and Sel, Apostle, Great Millstone. Peace, love, and blessings to you, brothers on highways and byways, giving diligence, making call, election sure, and blessings to the elect. All right, that consists of you men, women, and children, wherever you may be. All right, blessings unto you. And this just I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. It's just be like a end time economic update, the downfall of Babylon, aka America, and straight to the point. Watcher dot guru, because I got a little to read, so I'm gonna try to make this quick and edifying as possible. It says BRICS makes major announcement on new payment system. All right, if you don't know what BRICS stands for, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa is basically how can I put it? A financial coalition, or financial, group, if you will. Just make it simple, to basically to come up against the U.S. dollar. Okay, and we're gonna read why. It says BRICS is working towards the creation of a new payment system without the integration of the U.S. dollar and its mechanisms, confirmed Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The minister added that the new payment system will not only be used to settle cross-border transaction, which was, the U.S. dollar was the main currency for cross-border transactions between different countries. It says it will act as a complete financial setup. The development, when launched, could attract emerging economies towards its making a shift away from the U.S. dollar. The new BRICS payment system could lead to a paradigm shift in the global financial sector. All right, as it says, read here, and we're going to go there once we're done. It says to know how many sectors in the U.S. will be affected if BRICS ditches the dollar for trade. New BRICS payment system to include trading, investing, and settlements. The Russian minister revealed that the new BRICS payment system will be equipped with trading, investing, along with trade settlements. Now, we both, it's like it. Well, we should know that, this thing that's being set up, all right, is some call it the deep state, some call it the Illuminati, but the elites, all right, they're behind all of this. Okay, they control both sides. So who you think is funding this? Who you think projected this, if you will? Okay, the elites, because they're trying to get rid of the U.S. dollar. They're destroying the U.S. dollar. I won't say they're trying to. They're destroying the U.S. dollar, this current payment system, okay, to set up a new payment system. And this payment system will be digital, and it will fulfill the prophecy written in the book of Revelation, out of the Holy Scriptures, Revelation 13, verse 16 and verse 17. Okay, that's what all this is leading to. RFID chip or NFC, all right, near field communication, certain payments you make. People use Apple Pay, Google Pay, those form of payments. Well, you will be required to receive a chip, all right, to make those payments. That's the mark. So it says he explained that the mechanism will allow countries to partake in financial operations without being dependent on the U.S. dollar. The move will make the alliance's quest of de-dollarization their economies much stronger. All right, Lavrov also hit out at the U.S. and Europe for pressing sanctions on countries they don't like, and this is the basically the cover story. All right, on why. Okay, this is just the surface, I should say, because it is a factor, but this is the surface. All right, on why these countries are doing it. Lavrov also hit out at the U.S. and Europe for pressing sanctions on countries they don't like. He stressed that the sanctions are what led to BRICS' decision on launching a new payment system. Okay, even U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen acknowledged that the White House sanctioning developed nations led to de-dollarization. So, and Russia even came out and said, before they started sanctioning Russia, 70% of their transactions were done in the U.S. dollar. Okay, before the sanctions were put on Russia. So basically, you're forcing these countries to basically move in this direction. All right, to circumvent the dollar because it's not safe. Okay, it says many are attracted by the fact that payment systems are being developed within BRICS, which allows trading, investing, carrying out, and other economic operations without being dependent on those that decide to weaponize. And this is the main reason. All right. Once again, this is the forefront, but we know the elites, all right, they have an agenda behind this. Okay. To weaponize the dollar and the euro. So they weaponize it. So you to put sanctions on them to cut them off from the market. Okay. If they did something you don't like. So, it's basically like having a joint account with someone, right? And then they do something you don't like, then they freeze the account, then you can't use the money no more. Okay? So you SOL. You put it in simplest forms. So basically that's what America would do. Russia do something America don't like. Basically they cut them off from using the dollar. And with the dollar dominating the global market, that limits Russia, all right, from buying, selling, trading, etc. So what it is, basically you create another account that they don't have no control over. So this BRICS, all right, payment system, America will have no control over it. Okay? And this is, it says the minister added that developing nations will flock to the BRICS payment system in fear of U.S. sanctions. Exactly. Okay? Because what sanctions cause is, they cause the people to suffer. All right? Starvation. They can't import goods. They can't buy goods, things that they need. So it put them at the mercies of the U.S. So they basically have to do whatever the U.S. says, and countries are getting tired of that. Okay? So the minister added that developing nations will flock to the BRICS payment system in fear of U.S. sanctions. Everyone understands that anyone may face U.S. or other Western sanctions, he said during a meeting with the Egyptian counterpart Badr Abdelati. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I'm going to get to the scriptures. I'm going to do a little, hit this last article basically on the new BRICS payment system could lead to a paradigm shift in the global financial sector. Read here to know how many sectors in the U.S. will be affected. All right, so as you see, major U.S. sector to be affected if BRICS ditches the dollar. The BRICS alliance is looking to launch a gold-backed currency to topple the U.S. dollar. The announcement is about the formation of a new currency could be unveiled at the upcoming summit in October 2024. All right. The goal of BRICS is to create a multipolar financial world where developing countries will limit connection to the U.S. dollar. Global trade will mainly be settled in new BRICS gold-backed currency or local currencies of other developing countries. This will help them safeguard their native economies as hoarding U.S. dollar reserves comes at risk, so it's too risky. All right, especially as you continue to read, the growing debt in the U.S. touched $34.4 trillion this month, and developing nations want to distance themselves from the dollar. Okay, so people don't have faith, all right, in the U.S. dollar. They're losing faith in the U.S. dollar, and that's really what kept the U.S. dollar afloat. Was people were confident in it. All right, it was something to invest in, so to say. Okay. So you go down. The main U.S. sector to be affected if BRICS ditches a dollar is the banking and finance sector. Banks across America will be forced to take concrete measures to safeguard the prospects for the U.S. dollar. More of a new currency pairs could take center stage in the forex market, adding more pressure on the US dollar. Also, banks lend millions of dollars globally, and the amount dispersed could be reduced considerably. Therefore, the US dollar will experience a dent in the supply and demand mechanism, and banks will take the first hit due to BRICS de-dollarization initiatives. US banks US banks are already in crisis, with several banks facing closures and bankruptcy since 2020. All right, and we've been seeing that. Okay, bank closures, bankruptcies, banks shutting down. All right. So if the bank sector takes the first hit, the next dent will inadvertently be the financial sector in the U.S. The financial sector is broad and involves consumer goods and retail technology and fintech, among various others, even inflation. So we get into the point where I'm about to get into the scriptures, Salakia. It says even inflation could hit the U.S. homeland, making the prices of everyday essentials peak. BRICS ditching the dollar for global trade and transactions will begin to have adverse effects on the U.S. economy, and day-to-day life in America will be impacted. All right, and that's inflation. And as you can see, they're moving more to gold-backed currency, but we know the deeper plans of the, as they call it, the deep state, which is basically to go digital. Okay, so let's get this real fast. The brother Malaki posted this, and this is why these countries are buying gold, because they see the shift happening.
Traditionally, the kingdom was sensitive to the price of gold when it swings, but cutting back when prices were high. But now they're buying no matter what the price is. So the fact that they're willing to push the price even higher to secure as much as they can shows that there's something imminent happening now. So expect major turbulence in the global financial system in the days ahead, and they want to be
Exactly.
ready. The
So
question
as
is,
you heard him say, uh, they're willing to buy gold no matter the price, and this is why everybody is shifting from the U.S. dollar. And as you say, the main U.S. sector be effective. BRICS is the dollar. Salakia, is this the main one? All right, Khan. Yep. So yep, Slack. This is what I meant to read. The BRICS alliance is looking to launch a gold-backed currency to topple the U.S. dollar. So that's why these countries are hoarding up on gold and buying gold, no matter what price it is. Okay. I forget this guy's name, but
traditionally, the kingdom was sensitive to the price of gold when it swings, but cutting back when prices were high. But now they're buying no matter what the price is. So the fact that they're willing to push the price even higher to secure as much as they can shows that there's something imminent happening now. So expect major turbulence in the global
okay.
financial system in the
So
days ahead.
as you
And they
said, this BRICS thing will affect, all right, things globally. And you Americans, as we finished off, and we get into the scriptures, Salakia. All right, even inflation could hit the homeland. All right, and impact day-to-day life. So first things first, let's get this in Zephaniah 1 and 10. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate. All right, and the fish gate represents the market. All right, in the ancient world, and a howling from and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. All right, howl ye, inhabitants of Maktash, and it's the market area, as you can see. Maktash was the market area. You see it translated to the left in NLT. It says, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. Okay, so that crashing of this market system, okay, is getting ready to take place. All right, day-to-day life as you know it is about to change, and all this is to usher in the MOTB, the mark of the beast, as we read about in Revelation 13 chapter. But I'm gonna get this Revelation 6 and 6, and I'm gonna read it in NLT. And I heard a voice from among the four living. Let's highlight this. And I heard a voice from among the four living beings say, a loaf of wheat bread or 3 loaves of barley will cost a day's pay, and don't waste the olive oil and the wine. I heard not the oil nor the wine. So a day's wages will cost a loaf of bread, man. Okay, it's basically what they're saying. Concordance, you go to that word penny, which is denarian. All right, a Roman silver coin in New Testament time, it took its name from being equal to 10 asses. All right, it was a Roman principal silver coin for Roman Empire. From the parable, labors in the vineyard, it would seem that denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. Okay, so what the scripture is speaking about here is inflation. Okay, so let's read it again. In the KJV this time, I heard him, and I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. So these basic things like bread and water, as a sin, will cost a day's wages, man. That's signifying inflation, man. Okay? That's signifying inflation. So your whole day's work, you get a loaf of bread. All right? And we've seen the history, I believe it was the 20s, Great Depression, where people were basically using a whole barrel of money just to buy, a loaf of bread, all right, things of that nature. Okay? But this is what you see what's happening. This is why these countries are buying the gold, because the faith in the dollar is gone and it's unstable. And due to America, the West weaponizing the dollar, all right, it's an unsafe platform, if you will. So the countries are moving away from it. So, that Lord wills edifying. I'm not an expert, but I do understand and see where things are going, all right, on this global stage. And according to the scriptures, we have the end all be all right, what they're not telling you, what it's leading to, okay, which is the mark of the beast, Revelation 13, verse 16 and 17. So that, Lord's will, is edifying, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Till next time, say shalom.